I don't think I recorded any of that. Oh, you're not going to believe it, man. I didn't record any of that. I forgot to press the bloody button again, man. All right, not to worry. All right, go back round to the other side, yeah?
Okay.
I don't think the DJ's coming in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? Right, I'm press record this time.
Oh, okay.
Crikey. Oh, man. So embarrassing. So, you guys are Pretty Nightmares. And they've just done their first ever live radio. Was that your first live radio?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. And your show. Talk a little bit about your show. What is the show that you do? It's Commercial Break, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Commercial Break. It's a very funny kind of show that has adverts kind of spliced in throughout when we're trying to put on a play. It doesn't go very well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a bit of a laugh, and but it's talking about kind of consumerism and overconsumption.
Using clowning and
Yeah.
improvisation as well. It's a lot of fun.
Big bomber clock things, yeah? Make sure you look out for them guys there. Them guys are massive and I see it. Rasta. USB loading, that's a good sign. I'll press record now. Wonderful. It's going to be recorded. Right, my name's Aston Walker. You're here on New Star Radio, 98.7 FM. We're joined by Pretty Nightmares, theatre production, yeah?
Yeah.
And for listeners who've just tuned in, thinking to themselves, why are you repeating what you just said about 10 minutes ago? It's because we're recording now. That's why we're doing it. So, if you could introduce yourselves again, yeah, that would be helpful. Go for it.
Well, I'm Charlotte.
I'm Summer.
And I'm Katie.
Brilliant, good. And so I was up to scratch at the old rep, right? And I sort of went there. I'm getting looks like, but you just did this, right? Sorry, guys. Well, welcome to showbiz. Well, welcome to Amateur Hour. So I was up to scratch. I'm part of the Louise's write-up group. And every month, I think it's on or something like that, right?
Yeah.
They have new sort of talent, new work, interesting work. And I was there with colleagues, sort of sat down, and I saw these three young people, very busy set, lots of stuff, you know what I mean? I'm like thinking, this is very professional, you know what I mean? That's the first thing, because you know, you see all that set, the costumes, you had your props and so on and so forth. And I thought, sorry, I'm a filmmaker, by the way, yeah? So I'm a filmmaker and so on and so forth. And I thought, that's a lot of props. This is going to be really professional stuff, yeah? And then these three young people sort of came to the front of the stage, and they weren't particularly together. There was like issues. There was clearly some tension in the air. And I thought, this is going to be an interesting 15 minutes. I might not be able to get this one back, yeah? And the three young people on stage, there was a bit of to and fro. It was all very, odd, yeah? It gave, like, a certain awkwardness. I felt uncomfortable, yeah? And what preceded was comedic genius, the likes of which has not blessed these eyes from the days of John Cleese, Monty Python, the great raconteurs of comedic turns. It was phenomenal. Great production values, awesome acting, great cohesion. It's very tight. The rhythms, rhythmically, the cadences, awesome, beautiful. The confidence, it exuded a certain youthful confidence, you see, rippled through the auditorium. A great blessing to be in the presence of such comedic geniuses. So, again, I'm just really conscious that I've said all this before. But anyway, so if you could repeat for the purpose of recording on a USB stick that you gave me, because I'm too tight to use my own, slightly embarrassing, but never mind. How did you guys come? Now, which university you at?
Birmingham City University.
Ah, would you believe it? Ah, only the university that called the police on me and banned me from all the with a trespass notice that puts my image in the think tank and on the prospectus. Yeah, only the university that I've had an association with since 1996. The very same university where I got the vice chancellor sacked. Only the very same university where all the top professors are now co-signing Aston Walker's work because I'm the most read non-degree research scholar, because I'm now a scholar of standing now. Yeah, due to my research and slagging off of the professors and threatening to punch them when they're too racist. Yeah, that's Aston Walker. And now you've got that recording on USB. Wonderful. Isn't the universe great? But anyway, so, it's all very theatrical. Well, not the police. That was kind of like intense, yeah, but, we got over that, yeah. But, again, I think the valuable lesson here, now recorded for posterity, is, the sort of, like obviously in life, as you go through life now, I'm putting on my granddad and it's my daughter's birthday today, actually. Twin daughters.
Happy birthday, daughters.
Yeah, Sabra and Abiba, aka the Nightmares.
Oh.
No, not really. They're wonderful.
Pretty little night.
Pretty little night. Sorry, pretty little night. Wonderful girls. This whole issue of my enemies in the upper echelon of BCU and my supporters. Clearly, I have supporters there as well. We have now gone full circle because these wonderful young people, as I've said, and I have said this on air, on Facebook, yeah, which was brought in as evidence by the police, by the way, because I had screenshots. After the 300 emails that I sent, yeah, it was a harassment charge we were trying. It all failed miserably. It was all very embarrassing. But the key issue is we now have a situation where Aston Walker is now singing the praises of the great academics who have tutored you and nurtured you.
Oh, they like that.
Because I must say kudos to your teachers, because I went to university age 48, when I was back there 2018, and even the horrible Dr. Carlo Harvey, bless his heart, yeah, Dr. Carlo's secret Hitler Harvey, yeah. But anyway, he's a great lecturer, and I think what I've learnt and what today has proven quite clearly is the calibre of lecturers at BCU. And they're of a certain calibre, because obviously it's not Oxbridge, right? It's not the Russell sort of like on Selly University of Birmingham, whatever. But the calibre of lecturers and educators at BCU is of a certain quality that nurtures. I don't know. I'm just very impressed by your teachers, quite frankly, and the support they've clearly given you, because you're very confident. Live radio is not an easy thing, but again, you're managing it very well. You're doing a great job, and you're putting up with me, so which is a real test, right? So I think that's the energy going forward. Yeah, it's a case of BCU. Yes, I've been slagging them off for 18 months, but we've now reached a rapprochement and a truce. I'm declaring the truce officially, yeah, based on the presence of these fine young people, their attachment to craft, their professionalism, because you're very professional, guys.
Thank you.
So this is really, and I want you to take the stage. Take as long as you like. Well, we've got till 8 o'clock, but never mind. Who inspired the piece? Who inspires you comedically? If you have comedic, it could be tragedy. I don't know. But where's that all come from? Thank you.
Oh, that's a good question.
It is a good question. So I think in terms of influences, I went to Edinburgh for a month last year in the summer and volunteered there and saw lots and lots. Saw about 60 shows at the Edinburgh Fringe, and there was one piece called Body Show, and it was by two amazing comedian performance artists. I think they called themselves like anarchic clowns, and it was a phenomenal piece that used lip syncing, pop culture references, but most importantly it was a piece that felt vulnerable and felt really raw, and after I'd seen that, we all study applied theatre, and it was our last module, and we always wanted to work together and create something that was thought-provoking and this vulnerability, honesty and rawness to it. So we talked about that piece, and then we talked about different themes that we might want to explore, which led us to look at ideological control, overconsumption, consumerism, and we kind of just then developed this comedy, as you said, comedy gold.
Whoa, comedy gold.
But I think it was the natural kind of way that we all worked together and bounced off one another when we were like, oh, actually, I think we've got something here, we can explore it. And I think what was important to us all was to create something that people hadn't necessarily seen before, or did come out of the spaces where we were performing and think, what on earth have we just watched, but in the best way possible. And I think we got that, which is great.
And I think in terms of the comedy, this is the last thing we've done at uni, this is the last thing we will do at uni, and it was really trying to put everything that we've learned into one final performance to really celebrate our time there. And across the whole year group, not just us three, like, it's undeniable that we love comedy as a year group, and that it's something that we're all really, it's one of our stronger points. And to not kind of acknowledge that in our final piece, it felt a bit wrong, really. So, we could have done something a lot more serious, really hard hitting. That was an option we had, but we wanted to honour kind of what we'd been doing and the funniness that we'd been exploring. And also, like I was saying earlier, it's within you, and we enjoy laughing together. We enjoy, we are funny people outside of the theatre world.
Hilarious.
Thank you. So to bring that into it is important, because if you don't put a bit of yourself on stage, then there's no vulnerability and there's no realistic humanity in the piece.
But also, I think what we kind of envisioned when we kind of started the process is very different to what we got, because I think when we first started writing, it was probably going to be a little bit more serious, we thought, than what it ended up being. So we were thinking of having something quite kind of hard, like a hard-hitting play, and then kind of maybe bursts of these basically parodies of adverts. But as we sort of carried on sort of creating this thing, we realised we wanted to sort of incorporate clowning. And clowning is not sort of circus clowning, but sort of theatrical clowning, which is where you're vulnerable on stage and when you react to the audience. And so if the audience sees you do something and they laugh, then you do it again and you do it again. So what that means is every show that we did was very, very different. So
I think we said we reckon about 30% of the piece was actually made up on the spot, or something that was changed every night. And in terms of clowning, like you said, Charlotte, I think we have to give a little mention to Connor from Bladder and String Theatre Company, who mentored us on the project and really helped bring out our clowning and our funny side and put that into the piece, which definitely, he really did help us change the piece and to get it to what it was.
I don't think it would have been as good. I really wouldn't have been.
He also said something that always sticks with me, that people will laugh more if it's just yourself rather than putting up a front or putting on a character. Now, we had characters in our play, but everything that like we tried to get a laugh from the audience was just us, like as Charlotte says, trying to see if this would work. We might not have done it yesterday, but I'll try not answer the phone as it's ringing and see what happens, and that's when you normally get the kind of the laughs that you think, oh, they actually found that really funny. If that was probably written in the script, I don't think it would have gone as well as that, because it was preempting it. So it's lovely sometimes to just kind of see what happens and how the audience take it. I feel like it was a bit of a risk, and it was quite a challenging piece for us to do. But I think it did pay off. And
I think when you talk about the development of the piece, that's why it was such a risk, because it was 30% based on audience, and when you're rehearsing you don't have an audience there, and so we were really nervous really about the scratch night. It was the first time we were putting it in front of an audience. We didn't know if the jokes were going to land. We hadn't done it to anybody who wasn't a friend or somebody who knew us, so when it went as well as it did, it was a real relief, and it really just kind of fueled us that last week.
And I just remembered we completely reframed the piece. We'd completely changed it like on the Monday that week. So it was all kind of new, and we were like, ooh, will this work?
But then looking back now, reflecting on that probably helped. The piece and that kind of, the chaos, and as you mentioned before, the set and all the props that we were using was kind of in a way a bit ironic that we were talking about overconsumption and how many props that we actually had on that set. And I think how we also tried to end our piece with kind of coming back into real life, and myself kind of breaking out of character and giving this sort of monologue that people were like, is it part of the piece or is it not, to kind of show that we never know what is real, what is reality, or what is. And I think with like adverts especially, the are they telling the truth, and not necessarily, it's quite exaggerated all the time. And I think that was actually really fun to explore that, and creating lots of different our own remakes of adverts was fun, but also it was really interesting to explore as well.
Amazing. And you touched on a few things there. Now, what really, for me anyway, that now that you obviously talking to you, and this is what you're saying, that naturalistic vibe of like improv was really showed through, to be honest. You know what I mean? And I guess when I'm talking about like the comedic geniusness, I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass, girls. It's like, I've done a bit of stand-up and improv and all that kind of good stuff, and the generosity between you guys, you know what I mean, was amazing. It was really good, and clearly there were parts that obviously were scripted, or and then you sort of did your work in between. It was just great. You couldn't, obviously a massive nerd that I am, geek. That must have been scripted, but you just did it so well, in its raw form. And part of the reason why I introduced to my colleague Money, my mate from London, he's a filmmaker, because he's got some wonderful kit. I don't know if you're familiar with Blackmagic cameras, really high-end stuff, 6K, Oh, gosh. And I was like, this needs to be captured, this needs to be like in its raw essence, because, and like, this is, let me put my producer hat on. The thing is, when you're dealing with consumerism and products and so on and so forth, there is the danger that the product that you're taking the piss out of, right? Will they go with it or won't they go with it? And, you know what I mean? It's very sketchy, it's very grey area. And obviously the relatability, because people know the products. Like, well, I'm trying not to spoil your show then. But is this something that you envisage, sort of like thought of as like a career, like something that you could like pitch to someone, or maybe do a YouTube sort of channel type thing? I mean, I'm just trying to get your thoughts on how you like progress with the people. Not looking to. I hate that thing. What would you like to do? Dating on 5? Yeah. I just where do you think it could go, kind of thing. I'm just freestyle, but yeah.
Well, we've definitely talked about taking it to different festivals and like a lot more scratch nights to kind of, we think we still need a bit more feedback, and maybe maybe we can get a director in and take it a bit further. I think if we were to kind of take it from being just like a university kind of little project, I think we'd need more say from directors and producers and things. But definitely we've talked about, like, for example, Edinburgh Fringe and stuff like that in the future. In terms of seeing it like film wise, or we haven't really discussed it, but
no, I think it would be interesting, because at the moment it so heavily relies on kind of audience interaction that it would, I'm not saying you couldn't do it, but you'd have to rework it quite a bit to make it work for a, sort of sketch show or whatever. I'm not saying we couldn't. It'd definitely be something to look into, but at the moment it kind of exists as a theatre piece, and I think it really benefits from being a piece of theatre. I really think it benefits from having that live audience, because it kind of also, because you don't see adverts in that way in theatre now, it kind of makes you realise how absurd adverts are. Whereas if it was on the TV, or if it was on like YouTube, you see adverts on there all the time, so you're kind of desensitised to that. But when you have that live audience, you there, and you're selling some sweets or something, it just seems so weird. Like, why is this person trying to sell me sweets right now?
And I also think it is part of the piece is a comment on theatre and budget cuts and cost, that simply at the moment theatre is being really hit by money, and that we just have a lack of it in the arts. And the idea that you would go to a theatre and have adverts is ridiculous. But like Charlotte was saying, it's such an unconscious thing to sit and watch telly with adverts. So why is it that we can't put that into theatre if that's what it needs? And I'm not saying that's what we should do at all, but if it's just one of the comments we're making, it feels really important to keep it in the theatre world. Whether we could have a filmed version of it in a theatre to get it to a wider audience, I suppose, but keep it in a theatre setting would be maybe nice. But yeah, a film, we'd have to maybe explore how we change it for that purpose.
Brilliant. Very good. Yeah, I kind of like that energy, because the idea of like product placement to like boost up, the funding for the arts, for the live performance, that's a very interesting one. Never heard that one before. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, obviously you have product placement like films, but product placement in the theatre, that's like trippy. Very trippy. But obviously I'm sure you're aware of the crisis, I guess, at the old Rep. They're looking for funding, and there's big changes, upheavals happening around there. We had some big Hollywood sort of like actors who've commented. I believe they're on the board or something like that. What's his name? Something. He's in. Oh, what's it called? I don't know. Something I don't watch telly, as you can probably tell. Yeah. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna play some music, yeah, and then we'll continue the excellent discussion. Right? I believe, I really do believe this is a moment in history. I really feel the energy.
This is a great ego boost.
Well, you need it. Well, that's show business, yeah? I mean, the thing is, talented people who've got something interesting, and the originality. Because I'm really surprised. Funnily enough, I'm surprised no one's done what you guys have done before. You know, I mean, it's very original what you've done. You know, it really is. It's very impressive, and I really think because this was the discussion. Sorry, going back to the discussion I was having when I was talking to a colleague. I said, well, they're kind of taking the piss, really. You know what I mean? And like, if you did this again, going back to the product placement thing, you know what I mean? The people that are in the know, obviously I'm not really know. I'm a rank outsider basically. Yeah, I'm really on the fringe. Yeah, but I'm saying someone on the inside of the business, the ivy crowd or the poison ivy crowd as I call them, yeah, should see you guys or be aware of what you're doing and put some effort into it. Yeah, boost it up. Yeah, some of the old gits. Yeah, because it's in Brum, second city. You started your thing, and I'm not seeing the energy. Yeah, because I've been in this crazy thing a long time. Yeah, and I see this kind of like stuff happens. There's some brilliance, and no one's interested. No one's like backing it. That's why I was like on your cases. Yeah, yeah. To say, well, look, something out you know, someone has got to let you know. Someone who's contributed to the cultural whatever in Brum. That'll be me, yeah. You know, in a very tangible way, has got to recognise your brilliance, you see, and encourage you. It's about encouragement.
Yeah.
So many talented people have done things, and then people are like, "No, you're just showing off. You are too good. I'm not backing that. I liked it though, really, but you know, I don't want to tell anyone." That kind of stuff. It's a very Birmingham thing, yeah. But it needs to stop. And I think with what you guys are doing, I just want to back it. I'm talking to other people and saying, look, we've got to, and you know, also as well, it's not a thing of like talking to people and saying, well, oh, this will work, and if they do it this way, because you got to be aware this director thing, and it's sullies because you don't know what people's agendas are, you see.
Yeah.
And people sabotage you and act like they're your mate. You know what I mean? So even if you kind of studied a bit of directing yourself, so you know what it entails, because you know the rawness, the passion, the energy that I saw anyway, you know, is the making of something great. You got something there. You got something there, kid. You go far with it, moisture. You gotta see these people, moisture. But there's something there, and really, you know, I'm hoping with this recording, you know, that you can get the support, guys. You know what I mean? I don't want this to be another crappy Birmingham moment where we've had brilliance, and it's just, you know what I mean? Because it's just great stuff, and you know, I do radio drama here, yeah, which I've said a few times, right? But anyway, let me play some music here, have a little bit of chat with you, yeah, and then we'll get back. So New Star Radio, 98.7 FM. Let's give you a jingle, yeah, because that's a professional thing to do. Yeah, let's jingle you, broadcasting across the nation.
Broadcasting across
your
the
best friend, play you like a fungus.
0.7 FM. New Style Radio.
To play the sweary stuff, I apologise. Yeah, it's coming. There you go. Musicality. No swearing.
Don't let them tell you what is the end. Birmingham's #1 for African arts, culture, and Afro edutainment. 98.7 New Style FM.
New Star Radio 98.7 FM. You're in tune to the Aston Walker Show. I'm here with the awesome Pretty Nightmares Theatre. I can't remember their names fully, but you get the general idea. Welcome. So how have you found it, thespians? How have you found the show today?
It's been lovely. Thank you for having us.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much for having us.
Yeah, we've not done. I've not done radio before. I don't know about you two. So it's
in Stoke-on-Trent.
Cool. Well, good. Well, interestingly enough, so I'm gonna play the radio drama now. Yeah. So this is a radio drama, and as we talked about in the whatchamacallit Ujima bar, I'm sort of inviting these very talented young people to maybe give it a go or see what they think. You know what I mean? So really, this is... Oh, gosh. Oh, I don't want any swearing there. Oh, yeah, there's no swearing in that track. But the idea of radio drama, obviously with YouTube and computer games, there's not really that much energy outside of, obviously, the BBC and the mainstream, whatever. So I'm just proposing and just putting it out there, radio drama, if you will. It also stretches it because it's very theatrical. Yeah. Radio drama, the sound effects, and obviously people can't see you. Yeah. So there you go. Right. So let me cue it up, and let me just press play. And here's some radio drama. We'll catch you after the radio drama, listeners. Where supervillains and superheroes mingle amongst humanity, where the eternal battle between good and evil is fought, with magic, science, and stolen ideas from a far superior Hollywood blockbuster. Welcome to Birmingham in the not-too-distant future. Episode 8 of the Al Noor Society. Roadman X is confused. Imagine a world where I didn't want to play that episode, I wanted to play the first one. Mingle amongst humanity, where the eternal battle between good and evil is fought, with magic, science, and stolen ideas from a far superior Hollywood blockbuster. Welcome to Birmingham in the not-too-distant future. Welcome to the first episode of the Al Noor Society. Our soon-to-be hero, Roadman X, is on road, trying to raise 4 bags to pay his rent arrears. This is ridiculous, man. Every month I gotta pay rent. How is man supposed to stay Apex? Man need that off-key mosh, fam. Oh no, it's Badman Bardi. I owe him 2 bags for the PlayStation 4. Roadman X, you don't return my phone calls. I want my money for them PlayStations. Don't make me sell it into the rhubarb picking slave trade. But they're not in season, fam. No worry about that. Me and my associates can sell you to the Taiwanese as a trawler fisherman till them come in season. As a matter of fact, just get in the boot of the car until I make up my mind what I want to do with you. Fam, I gotta go and pick up a thing, yeah? And then, what's that for, man? I'm having my feet done at 2 o'clock and I don't have any time for this crackhead chat. Our soon-to-be hero is in mortal danger. Badman Bardi, the Bayesian gangster, is known for his extreme cruelty and tight grooming regimen. Then, out of the shadows, a suited and booted... Steady on there, old chap. Mind your business. Roadman X can fetch top dollar at a Wahhabi slave market in Dubai. My henchmen will deal with you. Oh, I see. Then let us fight. Man of Road. This is the Fabergé Pen Memory Eraser, an electromagnetic pulse CCTV image remover. You'll forget all about the debts Roadman X owes you, and you will go about your unlawful business. Is that you, Roadman X? How is your mum? My mum passed on long time, Badman Bardi. Oh, I sorry to hear that. I send you a couple of pounds. Get yourself some chicken and chips. I got a 2 o'clock to sort out my foot. Yeah, cool, yeah, respect, yeah. What's this bloody mic here? Henchman, get back in the escalator, I got things to do. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Agent Fortescue from the Al-Noor Society. I knew your mother. Yo, blood, don't gas man about their mums and them thing that I shank you, cuz. Tarquin Buckminster Ramsbotham, born 1997 at City Road Hospital, kindly show some gratitude to a man who's just saved your miserable life. Allow me, fam, allow me. Stop gassing man the road and talking them cagey things, man. Allow me, man. Okay. Activate portal transportation. Hold my hand. We have much to discuss. Hey, loud them thing there, man. My name back. Meanwhile, in another part of Birmingham, Snitch Hurricane, a radical extremist and sociopath, has perfected his minion cloning device after being fired from a commercial TV cable station. He is soon to announce that he is the new ruler of Earth and he's taking over the world. My minion cloning device is complete. The fruition of my genius. Now I will be separated from them yellow teeth fools, thieves and criminals as I become leader of the community of supervillainy. You know? Yes, King. Done, Snitch Hurricane. I am Minion 47. What is your command? My great work is complete. I can create minions at will. I am Snitch Hurricane, the intellectual heavyweight and font of all knowledge. True. Everything is everything. Because all I catch this, sir. You have any toast? Me belly about me, you know? Silence, minion. I don't care for this tone. Adjust your tone when you address the new Emperor of Earth. We can get a Jacob's cracker. Belay bag me, my liege. Cease this insolence. I have much mischief to do. But first, clothe thy minion nakedness, and then go to the shop and purchase from Bragg's their finest Trenton lettuce and tomato sandwich. Go, you know. Yes, my king. True. I must be sparing on the minion ingredients. Soon Birmingham will kneel before Snitch Hurricane. My master intellect and total grasp of geopolitical and world affairs will set me apart from the great filthy unwashed. You want brown sauce on the sandwich? Leave my sight and fulfill the mission, you mere cloned mundane. And don't tell anyone Snitch Hurricane eats Trenton. This is our little secret, minion. Your secret is safe with me, Gaffer. One Trenton sandwich pan multigrain soon come. Back at Agent Fortescue's hidden secret underground lair, Roadman X learns about his mother. Roadman X, your mother was one of our best operatives. During my time in Damascus, Baghdad and China, your mother's services to the Al-Noor Society were legendary. My nan said she was just a hippie chick, yeah, couldn't handle responsibility and them thing there. Your mother saved my life. During the Cold War, we realised the CIA was laying the foundations for global terrorism through their major drug smuggling. The rest, as they say, is history. And now we face a new threat. Cloning technology and quantum portal technology has fallen into the hands of sociopaths and extremist nutcases. Yeah, I read about it on InfoWars and them thing there. But what's that got to do with me, cuz? I'm not trying to have a whole heap of ag in my life, you get me? Your mother's last dying words was for me to train you and prepare you for World War III. You are our only hope. Most young people these days are too busy on social media to realise the threat from the New World Order and the Illuminati. You gassing, man, fam. I'm not into no conspiracy theory nonsense. Loudest Matrix thing, man. I want to go to my yard. Roadman X, I know you have a lot of respect for your elders, and it's these qualities of respect that I now present the chairman of the Al-Noor Society. I am the chairman of the Al-Noor Society. We are the only thing that stands between the demons and their human allies who seek to wipe out humanity.
The military-industrial complex have unleashed portals and mystic technology to egomaniacs and morons across the globe to create panic and fear in the hope of ushering in a new world order where they can enslave humanity and destroy the rest of us. Your mother always wanted you to join our ranks, but because of her high rank within the organization, she kept it a secret from you. Will you join us, Roadman X?
Of course I will. But I might need to use some of the training for my hustle, yeah? Man's gotta make pee in between saving the world and them thing there.
You are forbidden from using the secrets of the Outdoor Society, lest they fall into the wrong hands. You might also end up in a quantum zero realm if you abuse these powers.
You simply must take heed, Roadman X. We use special technology in our battle against the enemies of humanity. You must never use them for non-mission purposes, Roadman X.
Yeah, whatevs. Okay, man. To be brutally honest with you, Roadman X, I found the recipients of the military-industrial complex's new technology frightfully queer.
Meanwhile,
for heaven's sake, just draw it to one side and put it in.
Me I squeeze it in, but it kinda tight, you know?
Reach around! Ah, we've done it! The cloaking device for my flat means that the Babylon and Leng can't detect or access my genius machines and inventions, you know?
You is a true leader and king, Aya. How are this? Some kind of fusion power drive from another dimension? How are this?
Ah! Ah! Foolish minion! Do not interfere with my weapons of mass destruction! I'll have to dispose of this moron's carcass and create another minion!
Yes, I, King Snitch Hurricane. I am ready for the works.
Soon Birmingham and the inner cities will feel my wrath and power as I slowly take over and rule the world! You know!
Everyone's a fruit and a nutcase. It keeps you going when you toss the caber. Whatever you are doing, punting, canoeing is nutritious and pretitious to judiciously be chewing. Everyone's a fruit and a nutcase. If only it could help improve my singing. But for healthy recreation, what a combination. Cadbury's, fruit and nut. We make these up as we go along, you know.
Right, that's enough of that, yes?
Well done.
Thank you. So there you go. So that was the radio drama. Yeah. And if you see tears in my eyes, yes, because it was a very emotional time, yeah? That whole, yeah? It was intense, yeah? But anyway, radio drama. So how I did that, I just recorded it here late at night, you know, when no one's listening. And then I edited it, you know, piece it together. I think did I use Premiere or something like that? So are you familiar with any editing software? Oh dear, that wasn't a good one. Non-nerds in present.
We used what's it called? What's it called?
So we QLabs.
QLabs.
Yeah, QLabs. So that's for like queuing for theatre for like live performances.
Okay.
But we were we did a collaboration with some sound engineering students.
Good.
Because we did we had in our show some recordings.
Yeah.
And we knew that our skill set was not in recording, so we put a little call out to some sound engineering students, and they very kindly put up with us for an afternoon.
And also it's nice to, obviously, if we can collaborate with other students that are like
true.
second year or third year as well, so even though we didn't have them skills, it was nice that
someone helped.
Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. Well, fortunately for you guys, you know what I mean? I do it all, yeah? So, and and a good friend of mine's got a really nice studio, really good mixing desk and so on and so forth. So we can certainly bring, you know, excellent sort of kit to bear, which just frees you up to do your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay. I just wanted to check, because you never know. Some people have a little nerd streak. Some people are like, no nerding for me. So, good. Okay, so the key thing is, use that, have a chat. I'm going to wind up the show now. Use that, have a little chat, see what blah, 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 blah. As I said, I've got access here anyway. Well, that's if the chairman doesn't sack me for the swearing earlier. But I do apologise, yeah? But anyway, and then let's see if we can get you started, yeah? Just get it all energised. Yeah. Good stuff. Right, so New Star Radio, 98.7 FM. This has been Aston Walker, return back to on-air broadcasting. I will be back next week, and I shall keep doing shows every week like a professional. Thank you, and I'll catch you next week. Peace.
Then twisted, trying to get Oliver twisted.